Bobby Lee got confronted finally on stage regarding his underage Mexican prostitute story. Now, we've played that story on the show before. It was a story that Bobby told at a time when edgy pedo jokes were all the rage. And look, I'll be the first to admit I made jokes like that too. Everyone was a fucking try-hard, edgy boy fucking hack in 2007. Everybody had an age joke and a rape joke and a pedo joke. Everybody was, whoa, look at how edgy I am. The problem with the Bobby Lee thing was that it was just a story. Like, it wasn't a bit. It wasn't a baby fucking joke that somebody would have made, 15 years ago. This was just a story. Yeah, Angela, this is the time he talked about power fucking a girl that was crying. I don't know if he was power fucking her, but I do remember. They had details of these stories. This was not the kind of thing that you just joke. It wasn't a joke. There's plenty of footage of me from 15 years ago making straight pedophile jokes. And it's, because back then everybody was edgy and you'd like try to shock people into laughing. And even around other guys, like you'd just be joking and, you'd be like, wow, it's a good looking baby. I think I want to fuck it. Or like, whatever. Like, people just say shit to shock somebody. You'd be like, Jesus, dude, what's wrong? It's like, it's an edgier time. This was not a joke. This was a recollection. This was a recalling of events, at least the way it was presented, and it was very creepy. It was kind of like, remember when Red Bar went after, who's the midget? Who's the midget? Looks like a redneck version of Ween. Brad Williams. It's Brad Williams? Brian Williams? No, Brian Williams is the NBC guy that was murdered in a helicopter and then got caught lying about that. Was it Brad Williams is the name of the guy who like pulled a switcheroo with a girl in a story? And like that was another story where it was like, I think Carlos Mencia maybe I don't want to allege because I'm foggy on the details, but some headliner he was headlining with was fucking a girl, and she wanted to fuck him because he was the headliner or whatever. And they pulled a switcheroo on the girl. And then Brad Williams started fucking her, and then they were like, oh, open your eyes or whatever. And it's like, that was like, that was a legit rapey story. That wasn't it wasn't a, ha ha, isn't that funny? Like, ooh, no, it's kind of not. Let me see if I can find it. I know I heard it on O&A. The O&A was the clip that had the story, right? Let me see. Let me see if I could find and play a little bit of a clip here. Where is the... Wow, oh, shit. Oh, thank you, AP, for preserving the clip for me. It's on Adonis. It's now on Adonis Paul's fucking channel. Good old Adonis Paul pops up in the search results. Hello, Adonis Paul, my fellow E-celeb. How good to see you as we cross paths naturally here in the algorithm.
After the restaurant, we would go to Tijuana, and I went by myself one night, and there was all those military in Adelita, so there was no girls walking around. So I went in the back of Adelita, which is this alleyway called Hooker Alley, and we don't know how old they are, and they really don't know how old. So they're judging me. No. And I was also 23. Sure. So I walked down Hooker Alley, and the girl at the end of this alley looked like Natalie Portman.
Okay.
From The Professional.
Yes, I know. From The Professional.
Which, by the way, I will admit, when I heard this story, I did laugh at first. And that's the scary part, is how funny you can tell a story, because it didn't get too disturbing at first. He was just like, I remember hearing this live and laughing at first, because he didn't get to the part where he'd slept with her yet. So it was just, I saw this hooker, and she looked like Natalie Portman. but from the professionals. I remember hearing that live and dying laughing. And then slowly, even back then for an edgy time, being like, this story's getting weird.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like a professional, you know what I mean? And then we went to this place called the Miami Hotel. Okay, I'm gonna just say this real quick before I even get into these two stories. Number one, I want to say people that are listening right now that God punished me for this.
Oh, okay. Good.
The machete to the neck.
I want to point out, this was a straight story. This was 2007, I want to say. I mean, it's 2008, maybe. But it was in the maybe 2008, I think, right? So this is, I need you guys to understand, if you're young and you maybe don't, a lot of you are young enough that you don't even remember, like most of your life hasn't even, where your cognitive memories are living in this post-Me Too, post-cancel culture, cancel world. This is the kind of story, he's hesitant telling this story in 2008. When you could get away with this kind of shit, you know? So it kind of, I'm just trying to illustrate to you how horrendous this is, that he's even for 2008, he's like, I don't even want to, you know? Oof.
Was punishment for my deed, you know, of this Natalie Portman girl. Okay.
Fair enough.
I take her to this place called Miami Hotel. I make love to her, right? Boy. The moon through the curtains shine on her face. She was crying.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
and she had snot bubbles.
God.
She had snot bubbles, and she was crying, right?
Holy
and I felt so bad that I power fucked her afterwards.
Wow.
So I can get it over with. So then that's the first part of the story.
Power fucked her. I totally forgot about that. By the way, can I just say something? There's something about Adonis Paul's complete lack of taste and tact. You know what I mean? Like when he makes a transition or something, it's all very well done, but he always does something. He always has to add, like, his signature is just adding something really tasteless to a video, and his music choice in this video is so tasteless. Just wacky organ. Hey, play them off. It brings the point home. It really does. Get at it, outraged women. This stupid organ music is killing me. He's just... Adonis Paul's the fucking best. He's just such an asshole. Anyway, give you that link here. Well... This video is getting whacked on Reddit. It's getting whacked everywhere. It's getting whacked all over. But I think somebody mirrored it. Let's give it a shot here.
I look like a fat Manny Pacquiao.
Bobby Lee is a...
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
No, you fucking raped a 12-year-old girl, dude. You fucking raped a 12-year-old girl. You fucking raped a 12-year-old girl in Tijuana. You told this story 4 times. 4 times, dude. You raped a 12-year-old girl in Tijuana. You raped a 12-year-old girl in Tijuana.
I didn't rape a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah, you fucking did, dude. You told this story 4 times. She was 12, dude. That was the age you said.
No,
she was fucking 12, dude. You raped a 12-year-old girl.
Now, I normally don't like these scenarios. I don't like hecklers. I don't like when people interrupt shows and stuff. She does have an annoying voice, but let's be fair here. Nice execution. I got to give it to her, man. Just to fucking just to make him feel that for a moment. Everyone's saying it sounds like Lauren. I think you guys all just have Lauren on the brain. Let's have a break from Lauren tonight. What do you say? You do understand that other than making up a fake pregnancy and like occasionally flashing her tits on the internet or, you know, trying to kidnap Mexican babies, outside of the little rare moments of gold, she's quite boring. She's quite boring outside of that. Everybody was before the show, you know, Lauren's live right now. I get it, but she's babbling a pseudo-spiritual tarot card horse shit. She's painfully boring when she's not hitting on all cylinders. So take a break, guys. I know some of you are a little infatuated. You know, I know COVID's hit hard. Some people ain't getting pussy, and I get it, boys, but you gotta... Don't you start seeing Lauren everywhere. Because it's not good. It's not healthy. Remember, she's a stupid white bitch who hit the wall. No reason to be this fucking... have this much of her on the brain, folks. Thank you. Lady Grotesque says, I miss Sammy. I miss Sammy. All right, let's hear that one more time.
I look like a fat Manny Pacquiao.
Bobby Lee is a...
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
Dude, you fucking raped a 12-year-old girl, dude. You fucking raped a 12-year-old girl. You fucking raped a 12-year-old girl in Tijuana. You told this story 4 times. 4 times, dude. You raped a 12-year-old girl in Tijuana. You raped a 12-year-old girl in Tijuana.
I didn't rape a 12-year-old girl in
Yeah, you
Tijuana.
fucking did, dude. You told this story 4 times. She was 12, dude. That was the age you said. She was fucking 12, dude. You raped a 12-year-old girl.
So... just to, you know, by the way, and this is why I find this so concerning. There isn't one single blog anywhere, not a blog, not a small-time entertainment magazine, not a comedy-centric website. There isn't one so-called ally to women, feminist, female comic, nothing. There's not one person writing at least a story about the confrontation. Now, I'm not saying you got to write a story saying Bobby Lee raped a 12-year-old, because that's a very libelous thing, you know what I mean, or whatever. But if there's no string of truth to it, right? If there isn't a shred of truth to the story, why isn't somebody at least writing about this? What, like right now? Oh yeah, underground satanic pedophile cults, right, guys, right? Maybe the right-wing QAnon people are crazy. This should be prime ammunition for one of these bloggers or one of these leftists or one of these entertainment people to write up a blog and go, look at this crazy, another crazy QAnoner interrupts Bobby Lee, a beloved comedian's comedy show. You know, guys, I mean, we just got out of COVID and, you know, people are just getting out there and enjoying themselves again. Why are all these crazy Trump people going after our comedians now? But they won't write anything about it because that fucking story is out there. That story's out there floating around all over the place, and they don't want to draw attention to it because when you're part of their clique, they don't throw you under the bus. Damian Scott, they seriously made all lefty rubes associate Epstein and pedos with QAnon. Yeah, and why aren't they using this as a beautiful example of how to humiliate? Look at this crazy chick, another brainwashed QAnoner. Oh no, a crazy QAnon girl. Look at another brainwashed one. Look what Trump's done to these women. But no women coming out writing blogs going, is there any truth to it? Remember, Louis C.K. used to occasionally jerk off in front of his openers. They completely set Louis C.K.'s life on fire because he used to jerk off in front of other adult female comedians. Because that was, whoa, bro. That's literally rape. But there's no coverage of this story because the outrage is selective. They're always going to pick and choose who they cancel. Okay? You can't go around playing grab ass in the office if you're a Republican. You can only do that if you're a Democrat. Let me tell you something. Joel Greenberg, who's the center of the Florida Matt Gaetz, which, by the way, you remember the drunk guy that got pulled over? Remember the drunk dude in the Rolls Royce that was hammered, Keith Ingersoll? He's also connected to Greenberg and Gaetz. And it all came from Joel Greenberg. His parents own a chain of dentistry places called Greenberg and Associates. Ow. And I mean, it's huge. It's a huge dental office. It's got to be there's probably like 25 of them in the Florida area. Huge fucking chain of dental places. Rich kid, born and raised rich, had all these friends that hooked him up. But I'll tell you this, if Joel Greenberg wasn't a Republican and he wasn't friends with Matt Gaetz, nobody would give a shit. My fucking arm hurts. I hope I'm not having a heart attack. That would suck, huh? That sure would fucking blow, eh? So they'll always pick and choose, man. They'll always pick and choose, dude.